Deep in the heart of a lush forest lived a clever rabbit named Whiskers. This forest was a magical place teeming with life and mystery. Whiskers was known throughout the forest for his quick wit and nimble thinking. He was the go-to rabbit for solving problems and outsmarting predators. The forest was alive with vibrant colours, a kaleidoscope of greens, reds and yellows that painted a breathtaking picture. Bright flowers dotted the landscape, their petals like little bursts of sunshine amidst the greenery. Butterflies flitted through the air, their wings like stained glass windows, adding a touch of elegance to the forest's beauty. The air hummed with the sound of buzzing bees and chirping birds, creating a symphony of nature that was both soothing and invigorating. Whiskers hopped through the undergrowth, his nose twitching as he took in the myriad scents of the forest floor. He loved exploring the forest, discovering its secrets and hidden treasures. Each day was a new adventure. He knew every twist and turn, every hidden burrow and every secret path that wove through the trees. The forest was his playground, a place of endless wonder and excitement where he could play and explore to his heart's content. Whiskers paused, sniffing the air. Something wasn't right. His instincts told him to be on high alert. A strange scent, unfamiliar and unwelcome, filled his nostrils. Danger lurked nearby, and he could feel it in the air. He needed to be careful. Every sense was heightened as he prepared to face whatever threat was approaching. A low growl echoed through the trees, sending a chill down the spine of any creature within earshot. The birdsong ceased abruptly, replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to blanket the entire forest. From the shadows, a large, sly wolf emerged, its eyes fixed intently on Whiskers, the small rabbit who had been foraging nearby. This was Fang, the most feared predator in the forest, known for his cunning and relentless pursuit of prey. He was big and menacing, with sharp teeth that glinted in the dim light, and a rumbling growl that sent shivers down the spines of small animals. Fang licked his lips, his eyes gleaming with hunger and anticipation as he imagined the taste of his next meal. He had been tracking Whiskers for hours, his stomach grumbling louder with each passing minute, driven by an insatiable hunger. "Hello there, Whiskers," Fang snarled, his voice a low growl that seemed to vibrate through the air. "Fancy meeting you here? What a delicious treat you'll make." Whiskers' heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing like a drum in his ears. He knew he couldn't outrun Fang, the swift and agile predator who had never lost a chase, but he wasn't going to give up without a fight. Whiskers was small, but he was clever and resourceful. He needed to use his wits to outsmart the larger predator. His mind raced, searching for a plan, a way to turn the tables. Thinking quickly, Whiskers plastered a smile on his face, pretending he hadn't a care in the world. "Oh, Fang," he said, his voice steady despite the fear coursing through him. "I was just thinking about you." "You know," Whiskers continued, "I've heard stories about you, but I never thought I'd get the chance to meet you in person. What an honor." Fang paused, a puzzled expression crossing his face. This was not the reaction he had expected. Whiskers seized the moment, talking animatedly, using expressive gestures to keep Fang's attention. "I've always wondered, Fang, what makes you the best hunter in the forest? Is it your speed, your strength, or something else?" Fang, caught off guard by the unexpected flattery, found himself thinking about the question. "Well," he began, "it's a combination of things, really." As Fang spoke, Whiskers inched away ever so subtly, his movements barely noticeable. He needed to create enough distance to make a break for it. Fang, distracted by his own thoughts and the conversation, didn't notice Whiskers' slow retreat. Whiskers' muscles tensed, ready to spring into action. He had one chance, and he had to make it count. With a sudden burst of speed, Whiskers darted away, his small form disappearing into the underbrush. Fang realized too late what had happened, a growl of frustration escaping his lips as he watched his prey vanish. Safe for now, Whiskers let out a sigh of relief, his heart still pounding but filled with a newfound confidence. He had outsmarted Fang, at least this time. "Fang! What a surprise!" Whiskers chirped, his voice trembling slightly. He had to think quickly. Fang was not just any wolf, he was the most cunning and relentless predator in the forest. "You look famished. Have you tried the delicious berries on the other side of the forest?" Whiskers suggested, trying to sound casual. "They're absolutely plump and juicy this time of year," he added, hoping to divert Fang's attention. Fang tilted his head, suspicious. He had encountered Whiskers' tricks before and wasn't easily fooled. He loved berries, but he loved rabbit even more. The thought of a juicy rabbit meal made his stomach growl. He wasn't going to let Whiskers distract him so easily. Fang's eyes narrowed as he focused intently on the rabbit. "Don't try your tricks on me, rabbit," Fang growled. His voice was low and menacing. "I'm not falling for it." He stood firm, his muscles tensed, ready to pounce. "Tricks? Who's talking about tricks?" chuckled Whiskers, feigning offence. He had to keep his cool. "I wouldn't dream of it." Whiskers put on his most sincere look, hoping to convince Fang. "Why, I was just heading there myself." He started to walk confidently, leading the way. "Follow me if you want, but I warn you, those berries disappear fast," he added, trying to sound urgent. And with that, Whiskers hopped off in the opposite direction, hoping Fang would take the bait. He had to act quickly. Whiskers knew the forest like the back of his paw. Every twist and turn, every hidden path was etched in his memory. He knew exactly where he was going. His plan was to lead Fang far away from his burrow. He needed to lead Fang on a wild goose chase, to tire him out. The more Fang chased, the more exhausted he would become. Whiskers darted through the dense forest, occasionally looking back to ensure Fang was still following. He had to keep the chase going. Fang was relentless, but even he had his limits. As the chase continued, Fang began to pant heavily, his pace slowing. Whiskers spotted a perfect hiding spot among the thick bushes. He quickly darted in, hoping Fang would lose his trail. Fang, now confused, searched the area frantically. The scent of the rabbit was faint, and he couldn't pinpoint Whiskers' location. Whiskers peeked out from his hiding spot, a sly smile on his face. His clever plan had worked, at least for now. The forest returned to its peaceful state, with Whiskers safe for another day. But he knew he had to stay vigilant. Fang would be back. Whiskers took a deep breath, determined to be ready for whatever came next. The forest was his home, and he would protect it at all costs.